Alright, Sky Masters, we are doing some instancing with a few of the add objects down here. And I was just playing around just now. So I thought I'd just hit the record button here and start going at it and just talk about what we're doing and then take a look in the game and see how it looks. So I've got everything up and running, so this will be a quick pretty quick video, so we'll just talk about how I kind of got there and then we'll go look at it. So in Blender instancing, I've seen I think Ash did a video on it. Obviously he didn't invent it or anything, but he's definitely one of my heroes in the Blender area. So it is something that's it's easy to learn, but very hard to kind of master and get a hang of, and actually use it and be able to put it in Blender and or in the game and have it be functional. So anyway, it's a very cool function, and I will probably get into another Blender tutorial building techniques here next, I think. So we're going to cover some of the more advanced techniques in here. So anyway, there's some objects that you can add into add-ons. They're already in there, so you just need to go in there and find them. And anything that says add or objects or mesh, just add them all in there. I mean, it can't hurt anything. So most likely you're probably not going to use it, those menus, if you add them in there anyway. I found them by accident by just adding stuff in there because it looked neat to me. So you can come into add. See, you have add object. You have mesh down here. Ooh, gosh, my screen's all over the place. And then you see that there is a math function here, and then an XYZ. And I'm gonna have to do a different video on this because this is gonna take forever to do that. So, and then we'll do a whole nother video on that. But check this out. Sorry, the mic is too sensitive there. All right. But adding these mathematical functions is very cool. You're going to get some very cool shapes in it, and then to be able to manipulate those, you're going to have to get watch these numbers down here on the bottom, and this basically tells you how many pieces that you have, or how it's going to translate over these verts and faces. More to say, it's the faces, because each face gets replaced by an object. And then that object, you have to play around. Like I said, we're going to do a whole other advanced video on Blender building techniques. But with that being said, let's jump in the game and see how this looks, because this looks cool in Blender. And I've just loaded it into the game and then jumped out and started hitting record because I thought it'd be cool to come in here and look. So I'm going to turn off the display capture. All right. Then we should be in the game here. I think it's translated pretty well, and the frames are looking pretty solid. I'm looking to see how everything, you never can tell with how the game is going to act when you scale something up so big. So it's always kind of like a, no venture, no gain, and a lot of times my ideas don't work. But I've been playing with these particular parts, not the stars there. That's more of what I was worried about. It's a lot of light. But the game's handling it just fine. Absolutely beautiful. See, this turned out really good. Take a little snapshot of this if I can back that out. All right, we can get all of it. Oh, I lost it. Hold on, let's turn it this way. There we go. All right, well that's to be expected. A little, it usually like glitches you to the top of it. So maybe it's a little overscaled. And what I can do is go back into Blender and turn it on to local and individual origin and scale them down individually. Why they're still staying in the same place? Because they're overlapping quite a bit. And they don't need to be quite that big. I went a little bit too big with them. So I think I can save a little bit of the scale glitch, I guess is what I'll call that. That's not too bad though. It's not like keep on shooting me back up and down. A little dip in the frames, but I was expecting more. I mean, usually when I start maxing out, I start seeing the frames dip down. Oh gosh, I had a whole booby trap. I've been booby trapped. Damn thing came out of nowhere. And we're on a dead moon. I mean, there's not much competition going on, and I'm pretty sure settings should be on high. Shadows. Alright. I'm always changing this crap around, depending on what I'm doing, but there's plenty of room. I mean, I could add a whole bunch of crap before the game starts going crazy. And I think it's only, how many pieces was this here? Let me look back on the screen here really quick. It is 2,186 pieces, so if I shrink the glass down, I could probably double the glass pieces. The star parts are probably on their way to weakening it. Alright, well this is just playing around. This is playing around with doing some of the mathematical functions within the add-ons inside of Blender. And then manipulating them with some of the decimating tools to get your face count down, because that's what's all important, is how many parts can the game handle. And that's where a lot of trial and error come in. You just need to play around with it. If you have Blender, this is it's going to be a thing. You know, get an SSD and make it fast. So we'll be covering this here in a little bit. Sorry about the mic pop. I'm going to be changing that really next. It'll be gone on the next video. So, all right, that's it. We'll cover how to build this and going to the some more advanced techniques in Blender, and maybe even do a new introduction Blender build video. So, all right, guys, see you later.